Now, the important thing about the viola is that it fills the middle of the harmonies. As I've said, well, it's aimed for the children mainly, but I always call it the sandwich filling. You have a tune and you have a bass, obviously both of which are crucial, but what goes on in the middle is where all the depth and colour can come from, which is why, in my mind, it's so interesting that so many famous composers were actually viola players. Well, like most viola players, I started on the violin because my mother had a violin going spare under the piano. So I learnt the violin for a year or two, and then when I got to a quite reasonable standard, my sister was a cellist, we started playing string quartets. My mother fortunately had a very small little viola, and once I started playing the viola and was sitting in the middle, and I just preferred the sound. It's like listening to the cor anglais compared to the oboe. I just loved the sound of a viola. Don't try to too soon. Make sure that your hands are big enough, because there's a considerably larger stretch involved on playing the viola than the violin. You have to get used to violinists making jokes about viola players. You have to learn after many years to ignore these. But above all, you will be surrounded by the nicest group of musicians in the orchestra.